Hi, my name is Drew Kopmeier. I'm a senior here at none other than Dodgeville High School. Today, we're going to be showing you a few of the positive things our great school has to offer. But you're probably thinking, what's positive about Dodgeville High School? Well, there's plenty to be happy about with our great school, believe me. So sit back, relax, and let's go have some fun. Think about this. Hey, we're in the library right now, so we gotta be pretty quiet. But one of the great things about the library is it's air conditioned, so you can just sit back, relax, and read one of the fantastic books, or possibly rent one of the fantastic movies. Here we are in the computer lab, just off the library. This part of the school is also air conditioned, so students can sit back, relax, and comfort. Well, as you can see, there are plenty of computers around here, which is a nice place for teachers to take their students in here to use our high-speed internet to possibly research topics, or maybe you just use the computer to finish a nice PowerPoint presentation.
Another benefit about Dodgeville High School is technology. This school is packed with the latest technological features like security, cleansing, and educational, like laptops, smart boards, the security cameras, etc. Our school's a little old, but hey, we know how to do technology. The smartboard, just one of the many new technological feats that DHS has acquired throughout the years. Currently, right now, we have about 8 smartboards, and we have a few more orders for a few more teachers, so this is a very handy tool.
Now that you've heard about all the great things our school has to offer, let's hear about why the teachers love their jobs here at DHS.
To teach art is something that I've been interested in ever since I was a young person, and it has really dominated my main interest. So I'm teaching something I really love, and that makes teaching a great career for me.
I guess the part I enjoy the most is being in the classroom, getting to know the students, seeing them be successful not only in my classroom but in their other endeavors such as the musical or the play or any athletic events that they may be in. Just the day-to-day developing the relationship with students is probably what I enjoy the most.
Most about my job, I enjoy the students. I enjoy working with the students, the interaction that I have with the students. They are fantastic people, and they just make my day.
Dodgeville is my second full-time teaching job, and one of the first things I really enjoyed was the size of the school, getting to know the kids personally, especially of course Drew and Eric would be the highlights of this year. I like how involved the kids are in school and multiple activities. I think it really lends a sense of familiarity and community to the building because we don't have just athletes and just actors. People are crossing those lines constantly. The staff is really motivated and intelligent and committed to their jobs, and they're really open to new ideas and moving forward as a group. So those are some of the high points for me.
Selecting a book that everybody would like to read as far as the library goes, but I think I like to take it a step further, and I feel that I'm here to also help the at-risk kids who possibly might drop out of school, and I like to help them so they stay in school because high school education is important.
I think what I really like about the job is that every year a new group of students comes in and I get to know them and I get to watch them grow through 4 years of high school and then go on to try to make all their dreams come true.
I don't know. It's just I like the atmosphere here. I like working with the kids and the teachers and the staff here. I guess accomplishments, there's a lot of money that comes in and out, and just making sure that that's all correct is a good thing.
I guess individually, one of the things that I look forward to every year is getting a new group of senior calculus students, teaching them, kind of an introduction to calculus, but yet at the same time knowing that it's somewhat of a college level class, and preparing them to take an AP exam and seeing the results of that when it comes back in the summertime.
I think this year with the AP students, simply getting through that curriculum, it's an interesting pool to dive into feet first, taking on an entire curriculum that was taught by somebody else for a long time, and it's a really big responsibility. I think I pulled it off pretty well. Thanks. On top of that, getting involved in the school with some of the theater stuff. I'll be taking over some of the leadership there next year with Ms. Wusso being gone. Student council, I think, is moving in a positive direction, getting more community service oriented, and we're going to make some positive changes to homecoming next year, I think, as well.
Here at the high school, I'd have to say that I came into a program that was facing a lot of challenges due to budget cuts, and even though I have a building of about 460 kids, and the state standard for a guidance counselor is one counselor for 300 kids, so I've got a building and a half. I'm still able to meet with every student every year, one-on-one, to talk to them about the goals they have for after high school. And I'm also excited and proud of that I brought arena scheduling to Dodgeville High School, because that really empowers kids to make their own schedule and to be able to make their own choices, and it also prepares them for life beyond high school when they go to college and have to build a schedule.
We now have breakfast in all 4 schools. When I started here, we only had it in grade schools, and now we have it in all 4 schools. We are following our guidelines for our wellness policy, and the kids are doing very well with all the snacks, with the reduced calories, reduced fat, and we're following that. They're doing wonderful with the snacks that we have, and it's helping them maintain or lose weight, as opposed to the high-calorie snacks and putting on weight. So I'm trying to keep the kids healthier.
Well, I think that the fact that we offer AP art and that our students are able to compete with schools in the state of Wisconsin where they have more than one art program is quite an accomplishment for me as the teacher. And that really makes me feel proud of what I do as a teacher, and I can bring that level of learning to students here at Dodgeville High School.
Now, since you've heard what the teachers had to say, let's hear what the students have to say.
DHS is a great place because all the wonderful people and everyone's always smiling.
Because of the students, mostly, You have fun-loving people like Ashton Merritts, who never ceases to amaze. The faculty is great too, Like Joyce Evans in the office, along with Michelle, got Shirley Bird down in the lunchroom. Those kind of people make my day bright, and that's why I'm glad that I'm a student at DHS.
It's a great place because of all the faculty members and what the teachers bring to the classroom. They're always welcoming and help you with any problems you ever have. And the students are always close because it's such a smaller school. You get to know everybody and you kind of have a feeling for everybody in the school.
My favorite memory would have to be homecoming, our senior year. Definitely because it was all crazy. We knew it was going to be our last one, and because we're seniors and we were at the top of the chain.
I love sporting events, the atmosphere of the Dodger Dome, everyone just dressing up and going to all the sporting events are really cool.
One great memory is every day I come in, when me and Mr. Bonzak would shake hands every day. It didn't matter when or what he was doing, we always shook hands, and that was probably a great memory. I always remember that.
Graduating class of 2008 would like to send a little message to the teachers and the staff members here at DHS.
Thanks, Tim Allison.
I'd like to thank Mrs. Anderson.
Thank you, Mrs. Baxter.
Thanks, Mr. Beatty.
Thank you, Mr. Bonza.
Thank you, Mr. Brian Bradley.
Thank you, Mr. Bradley, for being a wonderful teacher. Thank you, Mr. Bramlett.
Thank you, Mrs. Brick.
Thank you, Ms. Burkhart.
Thanks, Mr. Delane.
Thank you, Mrs. Filardo, for teaching.
Thank you, Ms. Fitzsimmons.
Thanks, Mr. Hawkinson.
Thank you, Mrs. Higgins.
Thank you for teaching, Miss Clevenstein.
Thank you, Ms. Conan.
Thanks, Miss Kopmeier, you're the best.
Thank you, Mr. Kolzinski.
Thank you, Miss Kaczynski.
Gracias, Senora Magsig.
Thanks for letting us play mini golf, Mr. Mahoney.
Thank you, Mrs. Massey.
Thanks, Denny, for putting up with all of us.
Thank you, Mr. Mann, for all the help that you gave me for the past 4 years.
Thank you, Mr. Olson, you're awesome.
Thank you, Mrs. Neal.
Thank you, Mrs. Pipcorn.
Thanks, Mr. R.
Thank you, Mrs. Renander.
Thank you, Ms. Rukoff.
Thank you, Mrs. Riley.
Thank you, Mrs. Rowesley.
Thanks, Mrs. Rundle.
Thanks, Mr. Tank. History rocks.
Thank you, Mr. Tolzman.
Thank you, Mr. Shabuzi.
Thank you, Mrs. Warpinski.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Mrs. Weyer.
Thank you, Mrs. Resorick.
Thank you, Mr. Willie. Thank you, Miss Wisso. Thank you, Miss Wyman.
Thank you, all teachers and staff members here at DHS.
A special thank you goes out to the two gentlemen who helped create this video, Drew Kopmeier and Eric Van Den Hoven. Thank you, guys.